Hi, Valerie. So, did an awful lot there now on Saturday for a first lesson, which is really, really good. So we've got four chords, five if you can include the minor seven. They're all there anyway in the diagrams, but we'll go over them now anyway. But did a couple of other things as well, strumming patterns and a couple of other little kind of, I suppose, more novelty kind of stuff. So let's get into it, right? So the first one we went for was E minor. So in terms of just good housekeeping, I suppose you might say, you want to be, generally speaking, you want to be right up to the fret wherever you can. So obviously with the E minor, you kind of have to come back a little bit to make room for the middle finger, but of course that middle finger ought to be right up there. Okay, so you can see that there. Now again, make sure you're not kind of slanted or kind of lying down. Your fingers should be kind of straight, coming straight down on it like that. So not slanted down, but as I said, your the last part of your finger there should be roughly perpendicular to the fretboard. Okay, so there's that. Right up to the fretboard, plenty of pressure. Really squeeze it down. As I said, if it hurts, you're doing it right. You know what I mean? But you've probably heard, you develop kind of calluses so pretty quickly, and well, the more you practice, the quicker that develops. But yeah, so don't worry about that. It kind of has to hurt now, so it won't hurt later, basically. So plenty of pressure, and just keep them, and try to avoid bending your fingers like that, right? You don't want to bend them in the way. Okay, you want them outwards like that, kind of curved out, and just make sure there's plenty of space in here as well, right? So if you're kind of down, like, your fingers could be straight down still, but you're going to be blocking the E string like that. So just have them nice, kind of just good posture in general. Have them right up, standing up like that, curved out the way. In the wrong. Okay, so the chords themselves then. So there's E minor, second fret on the fifth and fourth strings. A minor seven was the second one we did, where we just pivot around like that. First string or first fret, second string. Now, as I said, the regular A minor is just when you get your third finger, second fret on the third string, in addition to the other two. Okay, then we've got G, I think it was. Okay, so bit of a trick, bit of a harder one there. So you've got third fret on the sixth string with your middle finger, third fret on the first string with your third finger, and then your first finger, second fret on the fifth string or the A string. Okay, and then the next one is nice and easy to get from the A minor seven. So if we go for A minor seven there, and then add on your third finger there on the third fret on the A string, fifth string. There's C major, and try to avoid. And so for the A minor seven, and C, as it says in the diagrams there, you want to avoid the E string. Okay, so that's the chord. So the most difficult thing, as I said, is changing from one to the next quickly, right? So that's what really takes the time and practice. Okay, so what I recommend is just to line them up, maybe two at a time, four at a time, three at a time. Doesn't really matter, in any combination at all, because that's how they come up. In any given song, some of them might have the C first, followed by the E minor. You know, there's no wrong combination of them, right? So just put them together any way you like, and just go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, over and over and over again. And so that's chords. We'll leave it at that for now. So strumming then was the other one. So we did a nice simple one first, which was 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A quick tweak there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the numbers are, they're the downs, right? So they're what you call the strong beats. So it's not 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that way your hand is going down, up, down, up, down, up in a completely regular kind of way, which makes the rhythm much, much more fluid. So that was a nice simple one. So, but we did a more, I suppose you could say, a more kind of interesting, more musical one, which was down, down, up, down, up. Now, the important thing here is that you don't need to remember that as a series of kind of down, 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 up, down, whatever. All you need to know is what it sounds like. So bum, ba bum, da da da, dum, ba bum, da da da. And if you keep your hand moving like that, the ups and the downs will sort themselves out automatically, right? So you're going down, da, da, down, up, down, down, down. Now, if you were to turn off the volume for this video, it'd look like my hand's just doing da, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up. So just try to keep it nice and slow. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And once you get more fluid with the chords, try maybe putting two chords together with that strumming pattern. So let's say E minor to G, right? So then, other than that, so that's the important stuff now. So this is just a bit of kind of novelty, I suppose, just to kind of break up the monotony of going from chord to chord to chord. So pull-offs, where you're holding down the string, pick it, and then drag your finger off it for the other note. Now you don't always have to do that to the open string. You could do it, have one finger underneath it, both on the same string like this. So that's only one pick. Okay, so there's pull-offs. Hammer-ons, a little bit more tricky because you need to, really snap it down. Hammer-on, followed by a pull-off, so you can get three notes out of the one pick. Like that, and then slides. And as I said, the trick with slides is that you got to keep the pressure down as you're moving. Okay. So as I said, those are just a couple of little tricks to kind of keep it interesting, because I do think it is important to kind of just get playful with the instrument and just kind of mess about with it, just to see how it responds, just to kind of get more familiar with it in a more general sense. But main thing for sure is going from one chord to the next over and over again. You can't do it enough. All right. So I'll see you next time. Talk to you then.